there are people who in the world aren't represented, and it's not every day when someone's like, I'm going to volunteer to do this. I think this is a form of being more informed of people who are misrepresented. See? I don't know, I just hope to make good memories with them and to be able to connect with them somehow. Because, yeah.
Blanca, you reviewed the rules again with them? Teenage rules? Okay, you violate those rules, anybody. If you're a teenager and you violate the rules, bye-bye. If you're an LA Gold member, then you get suspended. Bye-bye. And Maria Zananovich, you better behave today. What, Lisa? Yes, and who do you want to work with, Jeff?
Flowers good, Anthony and Carlos.
Okay. All right. We're going to have a lot of things going on today, okay? So it's not, at 9:30, what teenagers are working in the art studio, Maria? Bye-bye, art studio people. Bye-bye. Get out and stay out. Elisa, where are you supposed to be? Get there. All right. Act like an adult. Stop it. Do you know how to recycle? Bye-bye. Who are you going to work with today? Besides him, which teenagers? Were you listening to Maria's words?
Yeah.
Do you remember their names? No, the two teenagers that are going to work with you.
And then Vanessa.
And Vanessa.
Bye-bye.
You got to get the big bags of recycling out of the big room, big man.
I didn't really know what to expect because you don't really come in thinking about what's going to happen in a way. Yeah, but sometimes I don't know what to say, but I feel like I'm getting more comfortable with them. It's only been 2 hours, but like their personality is so, like you can't not love them. Like they're adorable. You just look at them. They don't judge you, you know. I think that's one of the things I admire about them, that they're friendly to everyone, like no matter how you look like. Like, since I walked in, like, everyone says hi, and they just start conversation with you. Something that sometimes normal people don't even do. They're way more creative than I am, which is amazing. They're really amazing artists.
I volunteered since my sophomore year, so about 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Well, 2 years volunteering, and then last year got hired as assistant for the Talal program, which is the bringing volunteers in to kind of meet the members here and also interact with them. You know, don't ignore them. They're really amazing people who, once you get to know them, they're gonna touch your life so much and change you for the better. They will make you realize that they are amazing people who just can do the same things you can do and understand everything you're saying and can communicate with you perfectly. This program taught me, like, it changed me to view the world in a nicer way, because these people view it like this amazing world and they don't see the ugly things of the world. They just see the nice and beauty thing, and that's a lot of things that people just skip and like not pay attention to, so they will open your eyes to kind of see the beauty in life and just the world in general.
I think it's like a really awesome place. I wasn't aware that like they get paid and stuff to do everything that they do here, which I think is really awesome, and everybody here is so sweet and like they make you feel at home kind of. I really enjoy it here. You get along with all of them. They're not slow. They're smart people. Like they know what to do and when to do it. Like most of them are quick, and like you don't have to pace yourself with them or talk to them like they don't know what they're doing, because they do. Like they're not stupid. I didn't really know what to expect. I wasn't expecting everybody to know as much as they do, and to like I was expecting it to be more hands-on, I guess, but you're able to just step back and watch them do whatever they're doing. So yeah, I don't know, I wasn't really expecting much. Everybody's really happy to be here. Like I haven't walked into anybody who's like upset or anything. Everybody seems really like fun and bright, and everybody's laughing all the time. It's really awesome.
I've been here about one summer, and I remember I needed my service learning hours, as like rude as that sounds, but and Maria told me about this place, and I was really fascinated by it because I've never like had a chance to work with someone with developmental disabilities. And so I thought, okay, like I'll just give it a try. And I remember my mom was telling me, you know, you have to be careful when you go there, you know, like watch what you say, you can't, you know, wear or do certain things. And she was like, I don't know if it's a good idea for you, because like, you know, then I told her, no, I want to do it. Like I was really like, I really wanted to do it. It was like a completely different setting. It's like when you walk through the door, you go from like, I don't know, you go from like where people judge you and do all these things to like this place where like no one cares like how you look or like how you act. Or so when you come here, it's like they make you feel beautiful from like inside. Like, it's funny how you think that when you come here, oh, you're helping them, but really they're helping you. Like they really do. It's amazing. Like and then the friendships you make with them, like it's amazing. Like especially like after it's over and you see them on the street, like they say hi to you and you say hi to them, and it's like seeing old friends. If only people could see what really happens. Like you see them like doing art and they get paid to do it, so you know it's not like they're out of work, or it's not like, oh, they just live at home until like they die, but they don't. Like they come here, they go out, they have lives like you and I do. They go to the movies just like we do. We go shopping, they go to restaurants. Like it's not like they just stay at home all day. They don't. So I feel like people think that because you have a developmental disability, you can't live life, which I don't like. So I think everybody honestly should try this program.
Seven.
Excuse me, you don't play with that.
Mine.
See, I told you.
Most people think about volunteering because they need to fulfill their community service requirements. But I had already completed my community service hours. But I felt that I should be spending my spring break doing something productive. And also, I really, when I help other people who are in need, I feel that my life is better than so many others. So perhaps it is my duty to help those in need, and also participating in programs like like Tada makes me think about how my aspirations are nothing compared to people with disabilities whose life is a struggle and who struggle every single day, yet they find happiness in little things. And I just feel that I needed to learn how to be happy. So yeah, I volunteered. Programs such as this help me to interact with people with disabilities, and it erases certain stereotypes that people might have of people with disabilities. Certain people believe that disabled people can't perform as well as we want them to perform, or they can be violent. But if you come and volunteer here, you'll notice that actually disabled people are people with special abilities. The greatest gift that anyone can give any other person is the gift of happiness and the gift of a smile. So I tend to smile when I interact with the the members here. So yeah, like I said before, I came here to learn how to be happy, and they teach me how to be happy.
I volunteered last summer, and it was such a great experience. At first I thought it was going to be tough because it was such a large group of people, but honestly they are so kind, they are so down to earth, they're so understanding, they know how to communicate with people, so it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. They know that they have a developmental disability, and that still doesn't stop them from challenging themselves. It doesn't stop them from learning, and that just impacted my life so much, and that just makes me want to reach for my goals. I feel like they automatically just assume that they can't do a lot of stuff. But honestly, they can do probably more than I can. They know how to draw, they know how to cook, they know how to... It's so amazing how they know how to do those stuff in a way that it's more advanced. So they know how to play more than one instrument. They know how to do so many incredible, talented stuff that just opens my eyes, and I'm just like, wow, that's incredible. It's a good experience communicating with people with developmental disabilities. It's not tough as I thought it would be, and I feel like they will learn so much from this experience if they communicate and work with people with developmental disabilities. I would definitely recommend this program. You learn so much from it, and it's amazing.
I think a lot of people have little to no experience out of fear for themselves. They don't know what to say, or they don't know how a member with developmental disabilities will react. So they just choose to ignore any confrontation or talking, interacting at all. And a lot of times even friends and family will say, oh, your job must be hard because
they must be really hard to control, but which is totally not true. They're very well disciplined and polite, and some of the most polite people I've met. I think in general the way the members have been looked at and judged every day in the public and in school their whole life, they're still able to have such a positive outlook. It's really an admirable trait that it doesn't bring them down all the time, and they're still able to have a very happy outlook, especially at LA Gold. I think a lot of the people with developmental disabilities aren't given the opportunity, but when they are, they'll excel well beyond people's expectations. So just giving them that chance is what's important.
I think the reason they created the DAD program was to help teenagers and adults with disabilities so that we wouldn't be teased so much. Sometimes we're afraid of teenagers because they don't understand who we are. They're afraid of us because they don't understand who we are. So I think we needed to get to know each other. When I was growing up in high school, I didn't have a lot of friends. I kind of depended more on my family, and they were really there for me. I had friends here and there, but then it just sort of... I did have friends in my first few years of high school, but then I just kind of was more of a loner. They didn't understand me, but there were some teenagers who were nice. I mean, there were some teenagers who weren't very nice, especially when I was in elementary school and in, high school. I cannot begin to tell you what it's taught me. I can't begin to tell you, and I want to say that again, what it's taught me. It's given me so much that I will forever be thankful to LA Gold. It gave me a whole new life. I came in here not feeling very good about myself, always apologizing, feeling like I always had to apologize for things that I didn't do wrong. And LA Gold has helped me to feel better about who I was and to feel good about what I was doing. They are a blessing to whoever comes here. I think LA Gold is one of the best run agencies and one of the best agencies for people with developmental disabilities. The staff really cares about the members. Petite has taught us that LA Gold as a group doesn't need to go places. The staff doesn't need to chaperone us. We can go as friends. We can call like 4 or 5 friends and say, hey, do you want to go to the Museum of Radio and Television? Or do you want to go to a movie today? And we save our money and we go to a movie. Instead of going like as a group, or the whole group goes. And the staff is having to chaperone us and babysit us. They've taught me that in most cases I can't say, I can't do that. I have to try it at first. Let me just end it with this. There are no words to describe how LA Gold has changed my life and how amazing LA Gold and how wonderful LA Gold has helped me.
Well, I feel that the teenagers have a lot in common with the LA Gold members because we can relate to you guys by getting to know you guys and being able to feel that we're comfortable with you because we know that you're kind, you're curious, you bring joy and happiness, LA Gold, and we love having you guys here. At times been bullied here and there. I've had, sometimes, kids can do certain things to other kids. But, for me, not really. But sometimes if they do, either they tease me in a certain way that I didn't like, but yet I overcame the obstacle because I knew that after a while, after being bullied here and there, I said, you know what, I've had enough. Please back away, give me space. But I would say I've been here quite a very long time. But LA Go has been like a new home. The members treat me royalty, they treat me with the respect that I rightfully deserve, just like everybody else. Everybody else wants to be treated the same way. And I've been treated with love, kindness, authority. There's so much to say about LA Go. It's not an ever-ending story. And what makes this so complete is the love and that everybody is like a team.
Hi, my name is Maria de Jesus Lopez Zamudio, and I'm the TADA coordinator at LA Go. TADA stands for Teens and Adults with Developmental Disabilities Advancing Autonomy, Advocacy, and Awareness. So TADA. I've been at LA Go since I was 13 years old. My first time volunteering was the summer of 2011. I still have my volunteer shirt from back then. I started volunteering Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, if I remember correctly, and it was an amazing volunteer experience because when I was little, I used to come in, look around, but you're not allowed to officially start volunteering until you're 13 years old. So when I was 13, I became part of the TADA program. I learned so much at LA Go because I wouldn't say that I was ignorant, but if I had to use a word, I would say that I was indeed, because I wasn't aware of so many abilities that people with disabilities have. Our eyes aren't open to the world that's out there, and we don't see all the potential that's out there for those that are labeled as disabled, because it's like, oh, they're disabled, they can't do this, they can't do that. But we don't realize that with disabilities comes so many more amazing abilities that we're not aware of. There are just so many unique abilities that I don't think us normal people can do, and we wouldn't expect people with disabilities to be able to do them. So many of us teenagers, we have to deal with being different and how we don't fit in. And if you think about it, we fit in, our bodies are more capable of fitting in than others, and listening to what they've gone through makes you think, or at least it made me think wow, I don't struggle, I don't have issues going on. When I realized that oh, I'm having a bad day. Not really. I have two hands that are capable of holding a pencil. A lot of the members can't, yet they still struggle and pick up a pencil, and they may not be able to write perfectly ABCD, do your alphabet, write perfect handwriting, but they still manage to write their name. There's a member at LA Go who means the world to me. A lot of them mean so much. They all have a special place in my heart, don't get me wrong, but there's this one member who I was just able to form a connection, which is very interesting, anybody else would think, because he's a man, he's Vietnamese, he can't speak any English, or at least he couldn't back in 2011. He couldn't speak any English, he couldn't use a computer. There was just a social barrier because he isolated himself a lot. He was a victim to people's abuse. He was abused sexually, physically, just any way that you can imagine, verbally. He just has, he was, I wouldn't say traumatized, but you could use the word traumatized, because people didn't treat him with respect, and it was very sad. But I didn't know that. When I first met him, I didn't know that history behind him. And I was able to approach him, and one day, after many days of bonding, he gave me a hug out of nowhere, and that was the most amazing feeling in the world, because he had given me a hug. Apparently, I had been the first person at LA Go that he felt comfortable enough to approach, and he hugged me. It wasn't oh, I hugged him and he accepted it. He went up to me and just hugged me. And knowing that I was the first person that he hugged because he felt so comfortable just made me realize, damn, I made a difference in someone's life. And not only that, but he made a difference in me, because it made me realize how much more there is to life, how much more there is to making connections than it's like simple speaking. Because if I'm able to form a friendship and a bond with someone that we technically can't communicate with each other because of that verbal barrier, like there's so many other ways of making bonds just other than language. And now obviously our friendship has expanded throughout these 4 years. People with disabilities are labeled as people as disabilities, but not necessarily because they have no abilities. They just have unique abilities that we haven't seen yet. And if you see someone that is labeled as disabled, please don't judge them right away. Give them time for you to meet them as a human being, not as a person with a disability. Because if you approach someone because they're disabled and the first thing that you do is feel pity for them, you've already approached them wrong. You need to approach them as another human being and you're giving them the opportunity to show you what they're capable of. I would recommend this program to every human being out there. As a teenager, you should be part of the TADA program, and if not, if you're an adult watching this, you should come in and volunteer as an adult. I would
Good, then you guys sit as a team. You want to sit at one with